Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to your reading for the week of November 11th through 17th, 2023. Today we are using, in addition to our cartouche deck, we are going to use the Mother Peace Round Tarot deck. So those are the two decks that I'm going to use. I'm going to do an astrological spread or horoscope spread, which is based on the 12 houses of astrology. Not so much about your individual astrology, but each house has a particular meaning, and I like using this spread because it gives me a full picture, not just about, say, about your love life, or not just say about your career or something like that. This covers the whole picture, and it provides a lot of useful information. So if you are new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you here. If you like these readings and the style of these readings and they resonate with you, please consider subscribing, like the video, leave a comment. All those things are helpful. And if you are returning, welcome back. Now, this would be a reading for you if you are a Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon, Sagittarius Rising, or have some other kind of significant Sag placement in your chart. So if you, say, are a Sag Sun and maybe you don't find this resonates with you, you may want to check the reading for one of your other signs. And that may be something that resonates a little bit better with you. It depends on everybody's horoscope is individual. So we have to, it won't be the same. There's a lot of perceptions that everything is about your sun sign. Certainly there's that attitude here in the Western world, as we still call it. And like my mother always used to say, she would read her horoscope and say, oh, well, I read my horoscope today, but it doesn't seem to apply. I said, yeah, well, that's because it's your sun sign. My mother's Aries, Taurus cusp, like I am. And I said, you might need to read, not Taurus, you might need to read Aries. You might need to delve deeper into your chart, because different aspects are going to be the ones that have meaning for you, and it's your chart as a whole that means something, not just the individual aspects. Anyway, that's my little treatise on astrology for today. There is quite a bit of new astrology. Well, there's always new astrology, but this week we are coming upon a new moon in Sagittarius. We have just Neptune has just gone direct in Pisces. So if you are having a sudden reality check or wake-up call on things, that may be why. And we're also about to go into Mercury retrograde this week. The 13th is the official start of retrograde. Starts already, right? Communication issues. Retrograde, and then the Sag new moon is going to be, which is obviously in your sign, is going to be happening on the 12th. So, and of course there's other aspects during the week as well, but those seem to be the main ones for the moment. And we're going to, so there's some new things coming in. New moon in Sag is always a good thing. Mercury retrograde, again, it could be travel delays, back up your electronics. If you are ordering electronics for somebody for the holidays, I would do that now. Don't wait, because after Wednesday, there's from Wednesday through the 1st of January, retrograde is going to be in force. Be wary of signing any contracts during this time period, and be careful of communications because there could be misunderstandings. A good time for reevaluation is what this is. Mercury retrograde is more about revisiting and replaying things. So some of you may find past relationships coming up again and things like that. People who you thought went away coming around again. And that's because Mercury gives us an opportunity to look at something again and potentially make a correction. So that's the best use of that particular retrograde period, which fortunately is a short one. Okay, so your first house in this spread, if you're not familiar with how I do this, you'll catch on really quick. The first house is Aries energy, and this is how you present yourself to the world, your personality, your identity, what you identify with, how you want other people to see you, and also things that are related to you, your self-care, and just generally how you project yourself. Okay, now we have Sirius with the 7 of Swords. Okay, so Sirius is definitely a very strong energy. It's forward thinking, thinking outside the box. You might be somebody right now, maybe you're focusing on exercise or something like that, because the series can also be a strong physical card. So some of you may be trying to improve your look or your body or something right now with something that you're doing. But overall, Sirius has to do with just having strength, having the qualities of being able to take the rough with the smooth, as they say, and also being able to think outside the box. However, you have it with the Seven of Swords, so there is a possibility here of some self-sabotage. When this card comes up in the first position, it generally indicates that you might be your own worst enemy here. There's the fox trying to enter the hen house here. And generally, these are the thoughts that we have, the thoughts of doubts, thoughts of failure, things that we have that are distracting, that are making us doubt what we may feel is our path or our truth at this point in time. So you need to be careful of these thoughts that sneak in that try to undermine you and what you're doing. Your second house is Taurus energy, and Taurus has to do with finances. It has to do with it has to do with finances, it has to do with possessions, it has to do with your values. This is a strong Venus energy with Taurus. Okay, and we've got Sphinx with the Daughter of Discs. So Daughter of Discs comes up when we are, now this is a good financial card. Discs are always good financial omens for the most part. I mean, there's a couple of them that are not. But when this card comes up, there's the idea of perhaps it could be a new job, it could be a new financial project, or just something new for some people. This could have to do with returning to school in some fashion. This particular card shows a woman, I have to be careful how I show this card because of YouTube's things, but she is doing something called, she's doing kind of a drawing down ceremony. But there's the Wiccan idea of drawing down the moon. So there's this idea of drawing down something into manifestation. And so you're trying to manifest something financially, whether this is a new financial opportunity to have a new job or to do something that will make you more money, or whether it has to do with, the new beginning, like a clean slate after clearing up debts or something like that. There's something new here with regard to your finances. But you have Sphinx. So Sphinx here seems to indicate that there's something secret. There's something you're waiting for. So I think you're ready for this new start here, but you're waiting for more information about something. There's still something that you feel like, another piece to your puzzle before you feel like you can move ahead financially. And if you don't feel like you're waiting for another piece, then this is saying there may be a reason for you to wait before you jump ahead into anything new. Although overall, I think that this is a good omen for a new financial prospect or a new financial beginning. Third house is Gemini energy, and this is the energy of messages, okay, because Mercury in Gemini has to do with communication, has a lot to do with speed of communication, short-term travel, quick thinking rather than deep thinking, has to do with self-effort. So if you are in your own business or something, this will apply here. And potentially for some of you, if you're having issues with brothers, sisters, siblings, it could also manifest in this house. Okay, so we have Ta with the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, Wheel of Fortune. Now, some people talk about Wheel of Fortune as something coming back around again, which is funny. I just said that with regard to retrograde. So that could be the case. But I always feel like Wheel of Fortune has to do with things that are out of your control. So there's some kind of a change coming. Now, we have it with Ta. Ta is Capricorn energy, and Ta is the master builder. Ta is the one who is building up the structure or edifice of something, establishing what the parameters are of something. So I feel like you are in the process of building something, but again, there's this idea of something that is out of your control that is coming into the picture. Now, this is not a negative. It's interesting because we have Sphinx right next door to it here, which is also the idea of waiting for something to occur. So you may be waiting for a message. If you're in business, you may be, waiting to hear about a particular thing or seeing how a particular project is developing or growing. Nonetheless, I would suggest that this is saying that you want to keep building, you want to keep doing things in the meantime. When this is going to come into play, it's going to come into play. So regardless of which of these situations I mentioned it has to do with, whether it's a message, a general message that's coming in, whether it has to do with the business, whether it has to do with a family situation with siblings, whatever it is, there's just the idea of, I feel more like this has to do with either business or some kind of other general thing that you are trying to do that you're waiting for more information on. So I don't know. There's a certain quality of fate to the Wheel of Fortune. So I always feel like that comes up when things are happening, that when things are coming to us, they're not things that we have to try to manifest. They manifest on their own. Fourth house is Cancer energy. This has to do with your home, your environment, your family. This is also the house of the mother in particular. Okay, so you have the World with the Crook and Flail. So Crook and Flail is a card, okay, this covers a lot of territory. It can have to do with legal matters. It can have to do with self-confidence and self-discipline. It can also have to do with raise in visibility or a raise in status. So I don't know. It's possible that maybe if some of you have had a legal issue that's related to your home or family, the World card with it would indicate something coming to a successful end or something that's just finally finishing. If that's not a case, if a legal matter is not involved, then I feel like Crook and Flail is just telling you that there's, well, I don't know. I feel like there's a reason to be confident when Crook and Flail appeals. To be confident and to stay the course. Again, kind of very similar to Ta energy. And they both, like the number on this card is 17. And the number on the Ta card is 8. And 1 plus 7 adds up to 8. So there could be, the number 8 could be significant for you, Sag. I'm not entirely sure. Nonetheless, there's something connected to a home or family situation that is ending. The World sometimes can even mean somebody moving away. Like, long distance trip, long distance travel, or something like that. It doesn't have to be, but there's definitely the sense of something, some kind of a situation coming to an end and coming to a successful and satisfactory end. And there may be a desire to branch out or to go beyond where you are now. So, but I don't know. I feel like Crook and Flail, it can indicate the need for self-discipline or sticking to a task, but it can also indicate an increase in your visibility, reputation, and again, for some people, this could potentially have to do with a legal matter. So take it as it resonates. Fifth house is Leo energy, and this has to do with creativity, children, love affairs. Obviously, well, not usually all three. That's kind of weird, actually. Okay, now you have Pyramid with the Devil. And that's interesting. This is the second time I've seen the Devil here. Saw it for a Scorpio, too, I think. So, okay, so for some of you, this could be a love affair that is pretty hot. When the Devil comes up, there's a lot of sensual or sexual energy. But the Pyramid card seems to indicate something that is a test period. Okay, so maybe there's going to be a test within this relationship or this situation. If that's not the case for you, if you're not in a torrid love affair, and maybe one of your children is, if they're older, obviously not children as in little children in this case, but I don't necessarily feel this has a strong child energy attached to it, but you can decide that for yourself. But Devil with Pyramid indicates kind of being tested on things that have the potential to be blocks or bad habits or things that stop us from doing the things that we need to do. I mean, this could be stopping you. This is also the house of leisure, so this could be some things that are stopping you from having a good time and enjoying yourself. It could be things that are, if you have some kind of project that you're working on or something that you're working towards, of a creative nature. And creative doesn't just have to be the arts. I mean, there's a lot of possibility for what we mean by creative. But this may be coming up because there may be some toxic thoughts or habits or things that make you feel bound to something. Sometimes it has to do with addictions and things like that. But I do feel like there's this idea of something that's keeping you in place. This is like you're being challenged or tested. And the fact that I have the 7 of Swords here in the first house, I have a feeling that what's testing you here probably doesn't have a whole lot to do with somebody else, but more to do with yourself. Okay, testing your faith in yourself, testing your ability to break out of whatever these patterns are and to move ahead. Sixth house is Scorpio energy. This has to do with health, has to do with work in terms of service or a job that you might do, has to do with worry and anxiety, and also with pets. That sometimes applies here. It's interesting. We have a dog here, right? We have Anubis. Well, we have the jackal, really. And we have it with the 9 of Swords. So yeah, that's definitely a sense of worry. 9 of Swords is the card of worry. It's being up in your head, of overthinking something, of laying awake at night and worrying about all the yes buts, but what ifs, and what's going to happen here. And Anubis seems to be assuring you that you are protected in a certain situation. Maybe you're literally afraid about a health situation or about a job. But Anubis does indicate being able to navigate a situation successfully and with guidance. These both have a number 9 on them. So when I always see that double, I'm always thinking, okay, that number could be important in this particular case. So something 9 days, 9 weeks, 9 months, take it as it resonates. 7th house, this is Libra energy. So with the Libra energy, Libra has to do with relationships, usually legal and permanent relationships. So a marriage as opposed to a love affair, a committed relationship, a business partnership that you might have, or financial partnership, or just some other partnership that you have that's of a very highly significant nature and maybe even has a legal aspect to it. So you have the 6 of Cups with Urias. Okay. Now, what literally jumps in my head here, and please understand that this is not, I don't want everybody to start freaking out about this who's married, because I don't think this applies to everybody. This may be a specific message for one person watching. But there's somebody from the past here, and we have Urias, which is something not being what it appears to be. Now, I'm just going to tell you this just because I want to be completely transparent here. Sometimes this combination means there's somebody, if you are married, there could be something going on behind the scenes, perhaps with somebody who has a childhood friend or somebody from their past who's returned. Mercury retrograde also can bring these kind of situations. It seems like there's always an unexpected vibe to Urias. Something coming in that you don't expect. Now, seeing it with this self-sabotage over here, I don't know. That also makes me wonder if this isn't just a suspicion about something too. Like maybe it's something you're worried about, but maybe something's not actually going on. I don't know. I don't want to make it sound like this is happening for all of you. If it's a shoe that seems to fit, you will know. Okay. But if we can put that aside, then there would still be this idea of something unexpected, some kind of unexpected news, or a situation with a partner that is not what it looks like. If you're somebody looking for a partner or looking to be married, again, there's this idea that there's something that's not what it appears to be. This would bring, in that case, this could be a past person or a past situation that comes up that needs some kind of resolution. And actually, it does make sense that this might come up if there are issues between you and your partner. Maybe there's something that needs to be resolved right now. They may be something from the past. Could be something karmic in some cases, but there does seem to be this element of something unexpected coming up between you and somebody either you work with or you live with or have some significant partnership with that probably needs to be addressed and solved, which makes total sense during Mercury retrograde. That is kind of the nature of this time. At least it's one of the aspects of this time. Okay, 8th house is Scorpio energy. This is a house of transformation. It's the house of other people's money, among other things, sex, death, the occult. This 8th house covers a whole lot of territory, but I usually just focus on transformation and other people's money. Okay, you have air with the Shaman of Swords, so you have double air here. This is like a King of Swords card. And so, yeah, so when the air card shows up in the 8th house, this only means, to me, communications from spirit or communications from your guides, or if you don't believe in any of that, certainly this is an internal voice trying to tell you something. And with Shaman of Swords, there's this need to see things clearly, to deal in facts, to deal with something logically and analytically when you see the King of Swords, Shaman of Swords show up. So I don't know, there definitely seems to be, I feel like you are getting messages, things that you need to clear up or be clear on, because there could be some muddying of the waters here, like I said, with the Devil, with this Urias energy, with the 7 of Swords energy, even with the Sphinx. There just may be things that where you, and again, this is Pisces is not, Scorpio is not Neptune ruled. I mean, really, Pisces tends to be Neptune ruled, but there definitely is a strong energy of either that which is unexpected, or that which is, how do I want to put this? It's either unexpected or it's something that is just, again, I've talked about that Neptune energy and waking up to something. This is one of those houses that deals more with the soul or with the mind or with what's hidden. The Scorpio is about uncovering what's hidden. And so I don't know. There's definitely the need to take a look at something from a very factual basis and to be very clear about something here. Okay, ninth house, this is your energy. This is Sag energy. And this is a house of expansion. So this is higher education. This is deep thought, philosophy, religion, questions about life, right? And organizations connected to that. It's also about long distance travel and sometimes legal matters as well. So we have the Ace of Discs with water. So, okay, water can indicate, okay, for some people, this literally means making a long trip for some kind of new financial opportunity. That's literally what this could mean. If you're not going anywhere, either on a trip or on a move, and I'm looking down here, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I don't know. It's possible when I'm looking at Crook and Flail and the World here, some of you could be moving house. World could be, something coming to an end in terms of your living situation. And maybe you're moving on to some new financial opportunity somewhere else. Again, that may apply to some of you, not to everyone. Otherwise, there's definitely this need of movement and change that's leading to some kind of a new opportunity. And this may be new financial opportunity. So it could be finishing up school and then getting a job. It could be just connecting, taking a course or connecting with someone or something. There's definitely just a sense of movement here with water if it doesn't have to do with actual physical movement somewhere. And we definitely have the idea that there's some kind of a new opportunity or new beginning that's coming out of this space of expanded horizons. So whether this is something literally from a faraway place or whether this is a new opportunity that has to do with, getting more education, or maybe it's connected with an institution, a higher ed institution or the religious institution or something like that. Take it as it resonates, but definitely seeing some changes and new beginnings there. 10th house is Capricorn, and this is about your fame, reputation, your work. And you have the Fool with Hathor. Okay, Hathor's been coming up a lot, and I feel like for a lot of people, especially with retrograde coming up for Mercury, this has to do with a lot with getting organized, reevaluating things, getting things together. Like Hathor is about in the business houses, I feel like it's about efficiency. It's about, it has almost, even though it's not Virgo, it has a strong Virgo vibe. Hathor, I think, is strong earth energy regardless. A lot of times it's more Taurian, so it's a bit like the Empress, but I feel like there's a strong Virgo vibe in the business houses. So, so there's the idea of getting organized, getting things together, figuring out where everything is. Like there's a sense of cleaning out the clutter and seeing where you are before you move ahead. But Hathor is also about planting the seeds for the future. And yeah, we do have it with the Fool. So there's the idea of another new beginning or a risk. Now, the fact that I see the Ace of Discs over here as well, for some of you, this could actually mean a new job or moving into something new, or even just taking a risk. Maybe you're striking it out on your own and doing your own business, planting the seeds for your own thing. I mean, Hathor's a strong feminine energy, but that doesn't necessarily mean it has to do with a female. For some of you, maybe it does have to do with a female. Again, you have to take it as it resonates. But there's definitely this idea of sort of taking charge of things and moving into a new space. I mean, this is a leap of faith when we have the Fool. So that's Aries energy. So I feel like with that there, it means you're making. There's going to be some kind of changes on your career front. You're getting reorganized and you're getting ready to take a leap of faith on something, whether this is within your current career or whether you're thinking about doing something else. 11th house, this is Aquarian energy, and this has to do with your friendships. It has to do with your networks, social networks and business networks, and also with your goals. And you've got Urias here, which is actually you. This is Sagittarius. And you have it with the Priestess of Discs, which is like the Queen of Pentacles. So this could be a particular friend. Again, we're talking earth signs again. Seeing that Hathor here makes me wonder. But this is generally somebody who is comforting, nurturing, somebody who is willing to share resources. And I feel like the presence of this here, again, this could be another person or this could be you. You could be the person sharing. But there's definitely this atmosphere of sharing with your friends. There's definitely a sense of being on solid ground here with Osiris, because Osiris is about having a solid foundation and also having leadership skills. So you may be seen as a leader in a particular situation. So maybe this is you to some degree, even though this is earth and your fire. There's definitely this sense of establishing security. Okay, so this seems like this is something that you want to do with some level of support from either your networks or your friends. And 12th house is Pisces energy. This is about what is hidden. Like I said, the first house is what you show people. This is what you don't show people. This is what you're afraid of. Maybe this is what you're imagining or dreaming about. And we have Justice with the winged disc. So yeah, there's this definitely seeing the Seven of Swords here, seeing Urias over here, crossing each other, and seeing this worry over here, along with the Devil and some of these other things, makes me think that you feel like maybe you're getting the short end of the stick, so to speak, with something, or maybe that you are not, that somehow there is an unjust situation or something that's unfair. The fact that Crook and Flail shows up over here in the 4th house, this could be connected to home or family. Not necessarily, but there is definitely the sense of worrying about the rightness of things or the fairness of things when we have Justice here. But with the winged disc, there is definitely this thinking about, again, with this 9 of Swords down here, am I going to have the resources to overcome this problem? Am I going to be able to fix whatever it is that I'm concerned about? Is something going to be made right? And again, the fact that it's showing up here suggests this is more of a fear. A lot of things are showing up as fears and not as realities. So I feel like, again, yes, especially with the 7 of Swords in the 1st house, I would say that your mind may be creating a situation or making something out to be worse than what it is. So, or you may be feeling like the fox is approaching the hen house to some degree. So, I don't know. I'm feeling like things are not as bad as they may appear, and I feel like with the 8th house, Shaman of Swords, and the Air card, there is definitely a impulse to look at the facts of something before you make a judgment. Now, overall, you have Thoth with the 3 of discs. So Thoth indicates this is a very strong karmic time, and the fact that I'm seeing things like the Pyramid card here suggests to me that you are being tested and challenged in some way. But that it's that things happen at the right time. Okay, that's another meaning of Urias. I'm sorry, of Thoth. It's interesting that I said Urias. But you're definitely moving into a period of time. You're moving into divine time, as it were. So things are happening when they're supposed to. So if there's certain things that are not happening, like I'm seeing this waiting game over here with finances and so forth, there's definitely the sense that everything is going to come together when it's supposed to. And you have it with this 3 of discs. So definitely there's this idea of collaborating with other people. But the discs, to me, are earth energy. And so they suggest the need to be grounded and practical in what you're doing and not let yourself be ruled, don't sabotage yourself. I think that's what I'm trying to say here. There are some changes that are coming. Some of these changes are inevitable. And I do see some risks and some new beginnings here that I think are going to be very good for you. So you want to try to clear your mind of doubt and worry. Because something is going to be moving into its natural space when it's supposed to. As for this partnership thing, I don't know. It's with Urias here, and just looking at the rest of the reading, I don't know if this is just more something that you're worried about or whether it's an actual fact, okay? Ultimately, I feel like this reading is telling you to listen to your instincts, but also ground everything in the facts. So I hope this reading was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful week, and we'll see you in the next one.